November saw ex-Yokozuna Hakuho complete his first nervy shifts in the commentary box. We've seen him beat them enough times, so now let's find out what he thinks of the men he used to fight, both on match days and in practice. In the corridor, I noticed how toned his body looked this time, and wanted to ask him what kind of secret training he'd been doing, because he's clearly been doing something. From the way he fought Tobizaru this time, you could see he was overflowing with confidence. Normally, when you're up against someone small, you can't help drawing back. But Abi put everything into attack, and his spirit, physique and technique looked beautifully aligned. There was a time when I could thrust this guy out easily. But in March 2020, I found I could no longer do that, and he beat me. Those sessions he had with Kakuryu certainly helped. Now he can stand up to Takayasu's thrusts, which is no mean feat. ICHINOJO has become more skillful over time, but I want to see him really surging forward like he did against WAKATAKAKAGE. He's more than got the physique to succeed, and as I keep telling Hokuseiho in my own stable, simply taking one step forward with that huge frame is like having an extra technique. And that will open more doors to other techniques. That's why I want to see ICHINOJO constantly gaining ground, encroaching. This guy trains immensely hard, but will always be hampered by size. I was the one who introduced him to the gym, and then once he made Division 2, he started going by himself, and bulked up to the extent he has. Had he not done that, I don't think he'd have survived in Division 1. As you now know, I privately announced my retirement after beating him in July. The interesting thing about that day was how he was really sweating. This is Okinomi. He doesn't sweat. I took that as a sign he was majorly pumped, and prepared myself for a hard battle. Meisei's fighting spirit is really something, as you saw when we tussled in Nagoya. Now you may have thought I looked finished on that display, but I felt, so long as I won that match, I'd be alright. Just remember how it went. I came out with my right foot, didn't I? But I'm a left foot first fighter. I was taking the pressure off my right leg, you see, for if I didn't, it would never have lasted 15 days. And that's like a golfer suddenly changing from righty to lefty for a whole tournament. So having made that dramatic change to my stance, you can understand the confidence boost I got when it worked. To beat this guy, you have to stop his right hand. That's the one that does the damage. I feel he overdoes the weight training a bit, and he still lacks resistance at the rope. Throughout the first week in November, his body condition was improving day by day. But then he fell off the dohyo awkwardly in the Hoshoryu match, and his legs just didn't get going against Meisei the day after. People always ask me about that standoff we had in 2017. My explanation is, I couldn't grab hold of him, and had I forced things by going forward, he'd have had me down with that left thrust over. So I resolved just to stand there and tempt him in. I didn't care whether I got hit or lost. Drawing him in was my only chance of winning. I think Terunofuji's September title boosted his belief and aligned his mental condition with his physical. He tends to tire around the 9th or 10th day, but his willpower to get over the line is immensely strong. Our match in July really felt like a passing of the baton. And it was testament to his strength that he actually escaped my outside left throw. My hand just went flying off his belt, whereas normally I'd have the guy down on the clay there and then. He was ranked Ozeki that day, but at 14-0, he looked like a Yokozuna to me.